Welcome back to Movies Recap Channel. In the opening scene of the film we see a young girl waking up and telling his brother that she wants to retrieve his toy boat from the pool. Then she attempts to pull the boat, which was initially moving on the water in the beginning scene of the film, out of the pool with a large mesh bag. Suddenly it seems like something pulls the little girl and throws her into the water. The pool lights flicker on and off, and suddenly the toy boat emerged from the bottom of the pool, floated on the surface of the water, and moved towards the little girl, and as she wants to take it, something pulls her down and she drowned. It appears that several years have passed and the previous family that lived in this house is gone. A new family moves in and wants to rent the place for a reasonable price. They searching for a good place. Later on, the father of the family finds a baseball in the pool. He reaches for it, but suddenly it is dragged into the water. He sees his own dream in the water, and then he dreamt that he was feeling better and had returned to his own world, which meant he was back to playing baseball. After coming out of the water, his family gets concerned about him. Then he goes with his wife to see a doctor due to his multiple sclerosis conditions, and the doctor advises him not to engage in strenuous activities and suggests walking and aquatic therapy. She also added that due to the critical conditions, Ray will have to spend some time in a wheelchair. Meanwhile, the former baseball player, in hopes that the swimming pool in the house could serve as aquatic therapy for him, he suggested to his wife that we are going to a house that has a large swimming pool in its yard so that he could go to the pool every day and maybe feel better with hydrotherapy. Then they decide to move to that house. In the next scene, they are emptying and cleaning the pool. Suddenly, as the father was talking to his daughter, he accidentally injured his hand. Inside the pool drain, it looks like something sharp in a mischievous way hurt him, and his hand gets severely wounded, and at the same time black water rises from the drain, partially filling the pool. They report the incident to a well and sewage specialist, who explains that their pool is connected to a spring, which is great because spring water works miracles. If you enjoy our content, please support us by subscribing or liking so we can recap more films for you. Then they, the whole family, play in the pool together, having a good right time and creating happy memories as a family. But after a few hours, Eve, tired of working on her laptop, decides to take a midnight dip in the pool. However, as she swims for a bit, she glimpses her husband underwater looking at her strangely. When she looks again, he's gone, as if it would just her imagination. At the same time, the pool lights start flickering on and off, and she quickly gets out of the pool. That's why they say it's not a good idea to swim in the pool at night. I mean, seriously, why would I risk it? Eve immediately enters the house and finds the kids asleep. When she enters her own bedroom, she notices the television is on, but her husband is fast asleep. A little while later, as he wakes up, she asked him if he was by the pool a few minutes ago, but her husband replies, "No, apparently I was knocked out cold here by eggs or Austin, and I just woke up when you came." The toy boat scene at the beginning of the film moves on the water again, catching the attention of the family cat. God knows what trouble has befallen the poor cat, as the next day everyone is searching for Cider the cat, and the collar around its neck is found in the pool with no trace of the cat itself. In the next scene, Willa wants to check his hand injury and is amazed to find no sign of any wound, as if it has disappeared. You see, it's like everything is eerie and devilish about this pool. Suddenly Eve dreams that she's drowning in the pool, but wakes up to find her husband missing by her side and sees him swimming from the window. The next day she takes Ray back for further testing. After a while, and upon preliminary results, the doctor realizes a rapid improvement has occurred for him and the illness is about to get better. They become hopeful and continue with the aquatic therapy in the pool and changes in Ray's diet. In the next scene, Ray hands his son a coin until he can reach the bottom of the pool and find it for him, and tells him, "Promise me to only swim in the shallow end of the pool." Then Elliot sticks the coin to his doll's body, and when he gets into the water, he sees someone quickly tossing the coin into the water. He emerges from the water and thinks it's his father's doing, but no one is around. He collects all the coins and feels like his father is watching him while in the water. Then he hears someone saying, "Help me, I'm looking for my mom." Elliot asks for the person's name and she responds, "Rebecca Summers." As Elliot moves towards the voice, a terrifying creature with wrinkled hands and long hair grabs the boy's hand. He, terrified, and runs away. Elliot escapes from the pool and runs to his mother and tells her what happened, but when she inspects the pool, she sees no one there. Elliot, along with his parents, goes to baseball practice. Ray tests his luck by hitting a superb shot indicating a complete recovery. It seems like the water is magical inside the pool and is completely healed. Ray and Eve were invited to a party, leaving the kids alone at home. Later, Lizzie, the family's daughter, tells her brother Elliot that someone is coming over to practice swimming with him. Elliot is threatened by his sister that she will throw the washing machine pills into the fish tank if he tells their mom. Man, what a situation. Why does sisters always want trouble and being a bully for their younger brothers? That's not fair. The person Lizzie is bringing over for swimming practice is no one but her boyfriend. They start playing in the water, and as part of the game they played blindfolded game, and Lizzie's boyfriend intentionally pushed himself out of the water, and at that moment evil spirits in the pool switch places, so Lizzie plays with the evil spirits instead of her boyfriend, and with his eyes closed she doesn't see their ugly faces and thinks his boyfriend is tormenting him. He goes underwater to catch his boyfriend off guard, but a demonic being grabs his legs trying to drown her. When she escapes and resurfaces, her boyfriend helps her. Lizzie tells him there is something creepy in the water. Next they are throwing a party and inviting their friends, and everyone is in the pool. The woman who introduced the house to them is invited to. She then reveals an incident that happened to the residents of this house in the past, unveiling a curtain that a girl had drowned in this pool, apparently named Rebecca, and says, I didn't tell you this because I saw how excited you were about this house and I didn't want to spoil the mood. Everything seems very creepy. Damn you women for ruining this family with your own hands. From me you will always hear never enter such houses with horrifying past. Always ask questions from old neighbors, the past residents of the house you're about to enter. At the same time Ray's playing a silly game in the pool with the kids. They put the kids on their shoulder as and let them throw each other down in this state. Suddenly black water from the pool shaft and his Ray's nose and body, while Ray's completely submerged, appearing to possess him. A cursed boat is also seen at that moment, pulling the boy forcefully down to the extent that both himself and the boy riding on Ray's shoulders start drowning. The boy's father saves the boy, but Ray comes out while he was drowning. Ray's friend, who was a baseball coach, doesn't like this and tells Eve to tell him not to come for baseball practice anymore. Eve decides to leave the sinister house with the kids, but Ray objects, saying, I'm getting treated. Where should we go? Why do we have to leave? But Eve insists, you are drowning today, we have to get out of here. As if experiencing a nervous breakdown, Ray feels suffocated and scares everyone. However, after feeling better they decide not to leave the house. Eve is intrigued by the bizarre and terrifying events that have occurred to them in this creepy house. She starts researching the name Rebecca Summers and finds the Summers family's house location opening up to Rebecca's mother. Eve asks about what happened to their daughter, why she drowned, and what transpired. Eve brings up the questions about their previous house and the pool in it. Rebecca's mother reveals that the pool somehow helped her in a way and his son's illness heals by the water, but there is something sinister lurking within the water. She explains that certain waters possess magical properties and will worship for fulfilling the deepest desires of humans, but required sacrifices. She confesses that their daughter fell victim to it. What an evil mother. You have the devil's right hand and a fool. He reveals that Rebecca is seeking her help and asks how to end this cycle forever. However, in a sudden turn of events, Rebecca's mother's demeanor changes. Black tears stream from her eyes and it seems to have taken control of her. She reassures Eve and says, don't worry, the water will go back to sleep. It will come lame. Another family that has a new desire. Rebecca runs away out of fear for her life. Ray gets sucked back into the shower by that same creepy black water, but this time something seems different. Then Elliot hears cats meow and thinks it's Cider, their last cat. He goes by the pool to find him, but suddenly he sees a demonic creature and gets thrown into the water. His mother tells it to call for help and jumps into the pool to save her son. Lizzie falls to the ground, cuts her hand on a broken glass and gets injured. Just as she is about to make the call, her possessed father stops her. He behaved badly towards Lizzie, and when he was dragging her by force he roughly pulled her hair. At the same time he feels like she's gone into a vast ocean with deep water. Then all the spirits of the pool's victims start attacking her, but at the last moment Rebecca appears. Then she shows her the market coin of her husband Ray and guides her to swim to the surface for safety. Lizzie is terrified of her possessed father, and then Eve along with Elliot manages to find a way out and reach the water's surface. At that moment Lizzie grabs a wooden baseball bat and hits her father with it, breaking the possession spell. But now Elliot's feeling, who has come out of the water, is getting worse than Race, as someone must pay for it, warning his family not to follow him. He walks back into the water, sacrificing himself for his family. That selfless sacrifice. They say you have to give up your life for the survival of your family. What a profound story. In that moment suddenly Elliot's drowning state gets better and they all find a way to safety. In the final scene, Eve, Lizzie and Elliot, while discussing about the pool and the next occupants of the house. The movie ended with the scene of filling the pool with dirt.
Subscribe and press the bell so you don't miss any updates.